As we learn how to make ethical decisions in community, we have five discrete steps that are useful, five discrete skills that will help us be effective both in living into our own values and forwarding the values of the organization. Number one is to be attentive. Pay attention to what's actually going on. What we have to do as people who are doing ethical acts is to take abstract principles and move them into concrete situations. The better you are able to identify exactly the problem at hand, separate that out from the emotion, and state what values are in tension, the better your answer is going to be and the process. The second step is to be intelligent. Now, what this means is to take a look at what the constraints are. What agreements do you have? What contracts do you have? What are the legal requirements? What are the value commitments of the organization, of yourself, of your team? And that gives you the very big framework of the kinds of behaviors or actions that you can, in fact, do as you move forward. The third step then is to take that information and be reasonable. What kinds of behaviors, what kinds of actions would, in fact, forward the goals, the dreams, the desires of the organization? In this step, you engage your imagination, you engage your creativity. Are there ways we can harmonize these values and tension in a way that makes some sense? Are there ways that we can tell you why one value should take priority over another as we move? And what exact steps do we need to take in order to make this happen? And so, this is the step in which you put together your action plan of what you need to do in order to resolve it. The fourth step then is to actually execute against your action plan, to actually do the things in the order that you have found. In working with a lot of executives, I have found that ethical action often is not just one act, but it's a series of steps. We're going to talk to this person. We're going to then see what they need. And from there, we're going to see how we can then harmonize. And from there, if things all fall apart, here's what we're going to do. And so ethics is not about here, I'm going to do it to take my stand, but it's these steps that we have in relationship with each other that are able to move us toward each of us feeling like we are able to live into our own values and forward the values of the organization. The fifth step is the one that is often not taken, and that is to be reflective. After we do anything, we have a response. People respond to us, we evaluate what we have done. Taking the time to engage in that process will help you become a more effective ethical agent. In business, we talk about continuous improvement, and people generally don't think about ethics as a process of continuous improvement. And yet, as we become ethically mature, as we become ethically agile, we use that time of reflection to hone our skills in the other five steps or four steps in order to be more effective as we move forward.